Have you ever wondered why you are so afraid of experiencing new challenges? If you believe you're not afraid, I'm going to tell you a basketball analogy that will probably change your mind. Let's say you are in college and you are on your university basketball team. You will be participating in a very important regional championship, and you are very much looking forward to the competition. The championship works in a playoff format in which you cannot lose any game, otherwise, you will be automatically eliminated. Today will be the draw to see who will be the first opponent of your team, and there are only two options left: the best basketball team in the region, which was champion last year, or another much weaker team, which is participating in the championship for the first time. Which team are you rooting for to be your opponent? Well, I bet you picked the weaker team, and I understand you because everyone likes to win, and the chances of winning were much higher in this case. Of course, this is a simpler example, but during our day-to-day life, we are usually always shying away from tasks, activities, and projects that are very challenging, where we seek a greater risk of failure. We always seek to surround ourselves with things that we have already mastered, that do not require a lot of effort or attempts before we can execute. Today, I'm going to show you why we should stop being afraid of challenges or even failure, and why you should start having a growth mindset. I'm going to talk about how a positive mindset differs from a fixed one, and how the right mindset can help you professionally, educationally, and in your relationships. Maybe you're wondering, why do I need to worry so much about this subject? Let me explain more about this. First of all, it's important for me to explain what a mindset is. Mindset, according to the University of Oxford, is an established set of attitudes, the outlook, philosophy, or values of a person. It's his frame of mind, disposition. We divide the mindset into two types: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. The Nigel Holmes chart defines that the fixed mindset understands that a person's intelligence is static, cannot be changed, and this leads the person to avoid challenges, see effort as fruitless, ignore negative feedback, or feel threatened by the success of others. Meanwhile, the growth mindset understands that intelligences can be developed. This entails a desire to learn, a tendency to embrace challenges, persist in difficulty, learn from criticism, and see effort as the path to excellence. The big problem is that our society is adopting an increasingly fixed mindset. We are becoming increasingly fragile individuals who are always looking for solutions that require as little effort as possible. And this can greatly influence the mental health and development of an entire generation or more. In an increasingly technological and fast-paced society, we can have everything we want just a few clicks away without stepping out of our comfort zone and putting in effort, turning us into fragile and accommodated individuals who are afraid of new challenges and do not know how to deal with failures or adversities. Some results of these changes are the exponential increase in cases of anxiety and depression, especially on the new generation. According to the WHO, depression will be the most common illness in the world in less than 10 years. And this is also reflected in our relationships, which lack resilience. An example is the divorce rate in USA, which has already exceeded 50%. Although the situation seems hopeless, a change mindset can change the reality. The solution to these challenges do not consist in evading technologies and returning to life as before, but in knowing how to better deal with all these issues. If we come to better understand what is and practice the growth mindset, we can have a more prepared and resilient society. The growth mindset happens when we believe that our qualities can always be cultivated, which leads us to use criticism, difficulties, and challenges as the starting point for development. Practicing a growth mindset makes you understand that challenges are opportunities for growth. This mindset allows you to develop your talents and interests much more, especially those skills you never thought you would have. You can acquire more emotional resilience, which will benefit you in your relationships and your personal life. Many people imagine that a mindset is something unalterable. That is, if I don't have a growth mindset, there's nothing I can do. However, according to the PhD Carol S. Dweck, subject matter expert, mindsets are an important part of our personality, but you can change them. Simply by becoming aware of the existence of the growth mindset, you can begin to reason and react in new ways. Now that you have learned a little about the subject, let's analyze what difference it can make in your life and in society. Imagine how many development opportunities you can miss by having fixed mindset and dodging new challenges. Looking at society in general, all the problems initially presented, such as increasing rates of depression, divorce, and frailty, only tend to continue growing if we continue it with this mindset. But now imagine how it would feel to develop a new talent that you never thought you would be able to possess, or learning something you always thought you would be impossible. Imagine how many relationships could be saved or how many emotional problems could be avoided by adopting this kind of mindset. While a mindset change is a more complex and time consuming process than some realize, there are a few simple things you can start doing now to help with this process. One simple thing you can do to start this change process is to learn more about it. Start by reading the book Mindset by Carol S. Dweck to understand more and more about this process. You can also make a list of talents and skills you have always dreamed of having and make a plan to achieve them all. Reflect on what your biggest challenges are right now and make plans to overcome them instead of giving up. The growth mindset will enable you to accomplish things you never thought you would be able to, as well as make you a person more prepared for situations where things don't work. All changes depends only on you.